I'm Tilly Dillahay, and I'm one of the owners of Goose Creek Coffee in Hartsville. We decided to open in Hartsville because we all live here in Hartsville, and I know that many people in town have wanted a coffee shop for a long time, and we were like, this is something we need to do. Me and Annie, my dear friend who runs the shop, we started really talking seriously about it in 2022. It's a multi-family family affair. We asked a group of friends, and you may not know this, but there are actually 4 families plus Annie, the manager, who are owners of this shop. Me and my husband and 3 other families who are local to Hartsville. We all have children who are kind of in the, 12 and under range. One family has children who are working behind the counter too sometimes. So we've got some teenagers that we're able to hire in the shop, which is great. So I'm married to Justin Dillahay. He's a lifelong Smith County resident and pastor here in Hartsville. My daughter Nora is 9. My daughter Agnes is 7. My son Henry is 5. And my little fat baby Cordelia is 18 months. When we got to look at real estate in the downtown historic square, because it was really important to us to be part of the kind of rejuvenation of this historic area, we were really surprised by how hard it was to find reasonable space to come into. When this space came open, our landlords are amazing. The space was really a beautiful blank slate, ready for us to come in and decorate with the vision that we had for this shop. And we loved that the space also had history, that it used to be, I actually worked for the newspaper up in Lafayette before I got married. So newspaper's kind of in my blood, and I love that this used to be a news office. Annie is really the heart and soul of this business, so I'm so grateful for her, and I know a lot of other people are too. Annie had been in coffee shops working. She understood coffee. She loves coffee. I am not the barista. I'm not the one who's behind the counter who understood the coffee. I'm actually more of a tea drinker and have been, so I just love coffee shops, and I have written books in coffee shops. I'm actually more kind of a creative. We did blind taste testings, and up against major Nashville roasters, our local roaster, She Brews, won in those blind taste testings. The other thing that's been really important to us from the beginning was to support local bakers. So we've had a partnership pretty much from the beginning with Cake & Co. here in Hartsville, and she's doing a lot of our muffins. She has the quiche that's really amazing. We also, I just happened to have a neighbor move in next door to me up on Highway 10, Tomoko, who is, her husband is from Tennessee, but she just came back from Japan. And she is a Cordon Bleu-trained pastry chef who just happens to move next door to me in Hartsville. We have sandwiches they're special. Like I really, we wanted to have things available in here that were a little bit different. Pesto sandwich, The breakfast sandwiches, I don't know if they're different exactly. They've got ingredients that I guess are just quality ingredients, but the breakfast sandwiches are something that Annie developed just in the last maybe 6 months, and they have been wildly popular. We just want good food here. This is why we opened. We opened so that people would be able to sit, they'd have a place to come, and without buying a whole meal. When I come in here and I see people who meet here for Bible studies, I know people who do discipling or counseling in this space. That's so exciting. Obviously, that's why we're here. When you come in here and you see a whole bunch of strangers, and I've met so many people here, that's been so fun to come in and just start up a conversation with someone that I never knew before. Naming it Goose Creek was another way for us to kind of make a nod to what makes Hartsville Hartsville and what's special about this town. There was this feeling of like, these downtowns are really coming back, and a lot of the people who are moving into these small towns are people who care about things like music and culture and art. I think it's our turn, like it's Hartsville's turn.